If you a man and you 35 plus, I know you're struggling with this as well. So today, we just gonna have a talk about this dating shit, you feel me? Because woo, it's savage out here. Y'all hear me? Like, I was thinking on this the other day, just like 10 years ago, right? Before social media became as big as it is. And it was out, but it just wasn't what it is today. How when you met somebody, like you could actually take the time to get to know them, right? And there weren't any crazy expectations on things because of the point that it just like people were just trying to meet, have fun, right? Experience more of life. Now everything is about status and like what it looks like. Now, don't get me wrong. Status has always existed. Like in a sense for men, when we are picking our partner, of course, there's a component of us that look at our woman and go, yo, I want to show her off. And if you currently with somebody or dating somebody or dealing with something that you don't really want as a man, you don't be trying to show her off. Let's just keep it 100. Y'all know I know because I done been there. You feel me? Like where you dating somebody or you talking to somebody and then they like, damn, you don't post me on social media? You like, hell no. Like, I think it's better prospects out there, but you feeling this gap right now. So don't get me wrong. We do this. We do this. But there's a different type of status today. Now it's no longer what do you like doing for fun? And it's what do you got going for yourself, right? How much money do you make? What do your investments look like? It's like everything is tied to how she can benefit financially from talking to you. And what's crazy about that though, and I know a lot of us men, this be on our mind when we meet someone, is like, yo, I didn't know you for 35 years. Why exactly would after one day, 1 week, 1 month, I would just open up my books to you and start writing you off as a tax return, which we can't do, by the way. But it's just, it don't make sense, but they still do it. And the second thing that's annoying that I be running into, and let me know if y'all deal with this as well, is the good girl act. It's like as soon as a woman meet a man that's on they shit, the performance starts. Lights, camera, action. And I be sitting back like, do you not realize that I've recognized that it's a performance? It's just like, I've been doing this for years. You really believe that I think that I'm the first person who you've ever decided to sleep with on the first night? Like, I'm that special. You feel me? Wow, that would be a great ego boost. I'm not a fucking idiot. You know, and then it just starts going into one thing into the next thing. And you just be like, yo, can you just chill and just be yourself? Because that's the person that I want to connect with. And what they don't realize a lot of times with that performance when it starts is, guess what? We're going to notice holes in the plot and in the story. And then the reviews, just like real movie reviews that you'll find on Reddit or Rotten Tomatoes, once those reviews get a little too low, we're up out of there. And then now they on social media, I can't find a good man. Well, how about you stop performing and be your goddamn self? This next one I honestly find kind of funny. And I will admit, I don't deal with this as much as other people, but I will say it is a thing. And it's when a woman who don't really make that much money kind of starts to figure out what you make and then instantly puts theirself in the same class as you. You feel me? There was one shorty, man, who I saw what she did for fun. All she really did was go on hikes. She went to the beach. I got to know her and I found out that, you know, she really wasn't making that much money, just enough to cover rent and a couple dollars left over. So it made sense. This is California, so you should enjoy the free stuff. But then all of a sudden, her bare minimum standard became Nobu because I can afford it. Rooftop brunches because I can afford it, right? Activities that I do enjoy doing, but they goddamn kind of pricey, you feel me? And I'm just like, yo, at what stage did you become me? At what stage did you develop my skill set? You didn't, but you think because you talk to me or that you're with me that all of a sudden we on the same page. Like, no. You got 3 roommates in a 1-bedroom. I have a 1-bedroom by myself in a luxury complex, right? Like you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like there's some disconnect there. And I'd be like, come on, yo. And the last thing I'm just gonna get off my chest is the whole independent woman thing. Bro, the last shorty who I was talking to, she turned around and was telling me like, yo, I really don't think I need a man. And I was like, well, explain to me why. She was like, well, I got my own place. I got my own car, I got a job, you know, and I'm able to cook for myself. And I'm like, Like, okay, you're adulting. I do all these same things. Like, how exactly is anything you talking about making you more valuable than me? She's like, well, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I need a man at. And I'm just like, well, do you want a companion and someone to build more of a life with? And it's just like, well, yeah, but you know, I need to make sure that I should leave my safety net to come to theirs. I'm like, you don't have to even do, what are we talking about? That's the next thing that just blows my mind. And I be trying to have to articulate back to see, man, we don't get like that. Even with the more I've leveled up, and I'm going even further than where I'm at now, I've never once said to myself, I'm doing good enough, or I'm at such a stage that I don't want a woman in my life. You feel me? Like, I would enjoy to bring a woman in my life to continually build with me from where I'm at now. But I also know when a lot of people talk about that, it's really that a lot of women do want a finished product, right? But you're really never a finished product. And that's the part that I don't understand where that disconnect happened. Because if you are a self-aware person, or you're someone who strives to become more within your life, then you're never truly done because you're always seeing new creative avenues to evolve. And so in my mind, when did this perfect human come to be? It's all them damn books, I think, yo. Cause y'all know men watch porn, but women be reading them porno books and they got a bunch of romantic fairy tales in there. And I think sometimes that get in their heads. See, I just taught y'all something too, if y'all ain't know that. I just wanted to share that with y'all today, man, to just let you know, if you've been dealing with that, you ain't alone. You feel me? I run into it too. I'm sure other men run into it too. That's gonna be in the comments. Like, and we all just gotta keep leveling up and grinding together. I usually provide like a solution for things, but I can't provide a solution for the other sex, right? This was just more one of those, let me just share with y'all that a lot of us is in the same boat together. You feel me? But I will admit something that did just happen the other day though, actually. There's this one shorty who I have been intrigued by, and she kind of was, you know, I ain't gonna say playing hard to get, but definitely a little bit difficult. But then we finally got to have our first deep convo the other day, and they talked about how they never just had that alpha figure or someone to lead in their life. And so it's new for them to let a man in to be able to do that for them. And they're like 29 years old. And I sat back and was like, okay, so that part I can't understand, because if you was only raised by a woman as a woman and you never had that lead figure, it can make sense that like now having a man come in when you've been independent, like could shake things up for you. And so I was like, okay, I get it. So I also will acknowledge that I understand some women also got like different upbringings that have put them in those positions. Maybe the same as me, because I was only raised by my mother and she raised me and my brothers. And due to this, to be honest, she sacrificed a bunch of potential career she could have had for herself, especially with us coming from like a low income community. And so for like me, I understand that if I don't step my game up, I don't know if my mother can ever retire. Just keeping it 100. And I'm sure a lot of y'all is in that boat as well. And so like there is a part of me that I'm like, I'm not about to just meet somebody and just throw my bread at them, when at the end of the day, I'm stacking up for a bigger purpose, not only to take care of my future family, but also, you know, to make sure my mother's gonna be taken care of. Because you know, if I bum out, then I'm potentially killing her faster than what she is. And that's not like no sorrowful thing, but it's just some real ish, right? And so, yeah, I don't know, man. I just wish us all the best. Do you hear me? That's really my bigger point. I just wish us all the best. I hope we all can stay focused and keep growing together. I do hope things shift in the dynamic of people just recognizing that like we all human and that nobody's perfect, and just to end some of these delusions due to social media. Will it happen? Probably not. Wishful thinking. But regardless, I'm gonna see y'all at the top.